Hello and welcome back to the Military Matrix. Tonight, we are analyzing a battlefield event that is quietly reshaping the rules of modern warfare. It was not a massive missile barrage. It was not a wave of stealth aircraft. Instead, it was a carefully planned, low-cost operation in which just 7 inexpensive Ukrainian drones successfully disrupted and defeated one of Russia's most respected layered air defense networks, built around the S-300 and the advanced Buk-M3 systems. For years, these systems have been marketed and feared as near-impenetrable shields. The S-300 is designed to track dozens of targets simultaneously at long ranges, while the Buk-M3 represents a newer generation of mobile air defense, capable of engaging fast, low-flying and maneuvering threats. Together, they form a defensive umbrella meant to deny airspace to enemy aircraft, missiles and drones. Yet this incident revealed a dangerous truth. Even the most advanced defenses can be undone by intelligence, timing, and cheap technology. According to operational assessments, the Ukrainian attack did not begin with explosions or alarms. It began with ambiguity. Russian radar operators reportedly noticed faint, intermittent contacts appearing at low altitude. These objects moved slowly, changed direction unpredictably, and presented radar signatures that did not resemble traditional aircraft or missiles. At first, they seemed insignificant. But as more contacts appeared from different directions, the air defense network was forced into a heightened alert posture. This was the first phase of the Ukrainian plan. Several of the 7 drones were not meant to strike anything at all. They were decoys designed to provoke a reaction. Their purpose was simple: force Russian radars to turn on, track, and attempt engagement. The moment those radars activated, they began broadcasting valuable information: frequencies, scanning patterns, response times, and engagement logic. Every radar pulse became a data leak. As Russian crews responded, interceptor missiles were launched. Each launch represented a massive economic and logistical cost. An S-300 or Buk-M3 missile can cost hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. The drones they were chasing cost only a tiny fraction of that. But beyond the financial imbalance was something more dangerous: system fatigue. Every engagement cycle stressed sensors, command vehicles, and crews, slowly degrading readiness. The second phase of the operation exploited this stress. Additional drones entered the area equipped with basic but effective electronic warfare tools. These were not sophisticated military jammers, but simplified systems capable of generating noise, distorting radar returns, and interfering with satellite navigation signals. On Russian radar screens, single targets appeared to multiply. Tracks merged, split, and vanished. Operators struggled to determine which contacts were real and which were false. This confusion was critical. Modern air defense systems rely on networked coordination. Radars feed data to command vehicles, which assign targets to launchers. When that data becomes unreliable, the entire system slows down, decision cycles lengthen, engagement windows close. Even advanced systems like the Buk-M3 are vulnerable when their information environment is compromised. One drone reportedly flew repeatedly into the engagement envelope of a Buk-M3 battery, triggering lock-on attempts without presenting a clean firing solution. Each failed attempt forced recalibration, consuming time and resources. Another drone loitered just outside optimal interception range, baiting missile launches that either missed or self-destructed after losing lock. The system was not being destroyed, it was being worn down. Then came the final phase. With the air defense network distracted and partially disoriented, the remaining strike drones moved in. Flying extremely low, using terrain masking and infrastructure for cover, they approached from unexpected angles. This snap of the Earth flight profile minimized radar exposure and exploited gaps created during earlier phases. At least one drone reportedly detonated near a Buk-M3 radar vehicle, damaging key components and temporarily disabling its sensing capability. Another struck close to an S-300 command and control unit. While the damage may not have completely destroyed the vehicles, it disrupted coordination across the entire sector. Launchers lost guidance. Radars lost synchronization. The defensive shield fractured. The result was not a dramatic fireball, but something far more dangerous, a temporary air defense blind spot. For a crucial window of time, Russian forces lost reliable control of the airspace in that area. That window could then be exploited by other Ukrainian assets, artillery, missiles, or additional drones, without facing the full strength of the air defense network. Military analysts are calling this operation a textbook example of modern asymmetric warfare. Ukraine did not attempt to overpower Russian defenses, it outthought them. Cheap, expendable systems were used to expose, confuse, and degrade expensive, complex platforms. The attack targeted not just hardware, but doctrine. The implications are global. If 7 low-cost drones can disrupt an S-300 and Buk-M3 network, no fixed air defense system can consider itself untouchable. This raises serious questions for militaries around the world that rely on expensive interceptors and centralized radar networks to protect critical infrastructure. For Russia, the challenge is sustainability. Air defense missiles are slow to produce, expensive to replace, and increasingly difficult to source under sanctions. Drones, by contrast, can be assembled quickly, modified easily, and deployed in large numbers. Over time, this imbalance favors the attacker. For other nations, this incident is a warning. The future of warfare will not be decided solely by fifth-generation fighters or billion-dollar systems. It will be shaped by swarms, deception, electronic interference, and intelligent use of expendable platforms. Air superiority is no longer just about speed and stealth. It is about information dominance. What makes this event especially significant is its simplicity. There was no revolutionary technology involved, no classified weapon, just careful planning, understanding of enemy systems, and ruthless exploitation of their weaknesses. This is what makes it so unsettling. As the conflict continues, operations like this are likely to become more frequent. Each one will further erode the idea of an invincible air defense shield. The battlefield is evolving, and those who fail to adapt will pay the price. Tonight's incident may appear small on the surface, but in strategic terms it marks a shift. It shows that airspace denial is no longer guaranteed by expensive systems alone. It can be challenged by creativity, coordination, and tools that cost less than a single interceptor missile. One thing is now clear: the age of untouchable air defense is over. The skies are contested, and modern warfare has entered a new phase.